All right, hello wine drinking people. We're back with more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And you know, when someone from Andrew Will Winery walks in the door, I just pinch myself, man. Its job just keeps getting better. You know how I feel about Washington State wines? Going back for the Washington State wine auction again this year. I had so much fun last year. You know, I didn't spend enough time there. I didn't get to go out and kiss the dirt, go out and see the vineyards. It's one of the most important things to me about really understanding why wines taste the way they do. And you know, the vineyards in Australia, kind of far away from where they have this tasting, which is just outside of Seattle in Woodinville. So I'm going to go to Walla Walla, Columbia Valley, and come out to see you, Chris, from Andrew Will. Actually, we got to meet at the tasting, and, well, Chris was not in the best mood that day. And he's known for being a little moody, but, hey, we're going to give him a second chance because we love his wines. I'd have to say, you know, one of the pioneers and one of the best winemakers in Washington State. These Andrew Will wines, just absolutely stunning. One better than the next. We started with a 2009 two blondes from Yakima Valley, all estate fruit planted in 2000, a third Cabernet Merlot and Cabernet Franc in the blend, and about a third new oak, all from vineyards in the Columbia Valley, about 30 miles apart from each other. Cooler sites. And but this wine had some lovely forward fruit to it. I would say the richest and most forward of all of them. Some lovely black pepper spice, cigar box notes of that black plum and dark cherry fruit, cassis, a little more classic style of Washington State Cabernet. The two blondes are named after the partners' wives, or maybe Crick's ex-wife was a blonde now. I don't know. Anyways, there were two blondes involved at some time. A very plump and ripe wine on the palate with layers of that dark currant and cherry berry fruit, that tobacco, spice, and earth and cocoa notes showing through the finish. Only 900 cases made. Most excellent juice. $71. I mean, you know, you only make less than 1,000 cases of these wines. And I would have to say, you know, you're really going to be challenged to find stuff this good from anywhere else in this price range. These wines are awesome. The next wine, the Sille de Cheval Red Mountain Red. They've been working with this vineyard since the very first year in 1989. It was a Merlot that first enticed Chris to get involved here, and the blend changes every year, but 40% Merlot. This vintage, 25% Cabernet Franc, 35% Cabernet Sauvignon, lovely dark cherry and currant berry fruit. And well, they're now one of the owners of this vineyard. Also, some lovely spice and earthy notes. Nice complexity on the nose. And a little bit riper and more fruity, but also has more earth and more density to this wine. Really dense and chewy on the tongue with lovely dark cherry and currant berry fruits. Layers of spice. And a good hint of minerality showing in this wine. These 09s, very young. They're still showing some dry tannins on the finish here. Only 800 cases of this wine. Most excellent juice as well at the same price. Then the Shampoo Vineyard, Horse Heaven Hills. This wine's got big tannins. You know, they get thicker skins on the grapes in this area. Maybe due to the windy nature of the vineyard. And Paul Shampoo is the owner. He's a French-Canadian guy. We're not going to hold that against him. I'm married to a Canadian myself. And this wine's a blend of 43% Cabernet Sauvignon, 39% Cab Franc, 11% Merlot, 7% Petit Verdot. Really dense and dark wine on the nose. Some graphite mineral espresso notes to that dark cherry fruit. Really complex. This wine on the palate, you really notice the density and the dryness. You know, it had the fruit, but just seemed to be a little bit drier at the end. Needs a little bit more time than the other wines. Really dark cocoa, so a good amount of minerality showing here at the end. And just needs a little bit of time. The smaller production wine at 625 cases. Most excellent. And then the Sorella. Wow, this wine comes from the oldest section of the Shampoo vineyards, often Black One, the very oldest wines, and 65% Cabernet Sauvignon, 23% Merlot, 7 Cab Franc, 5 Petit Verdot, a good amount of dark cherry and cassis-like fruit here, really liqueur-like, really concentrated, lovely richness, and very sweet, but still had that firm underhand of acidity and a lot of tannin showing. Wow, this wine is all that. And a box of chocolates on the tongue, and just needs a little bit of time to come together fully. This was my favorite wine of the tasting, 800 cases produced. Killer juice at $89. That's what we had to drink with our friends from Andrew Will Winery. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.